Most gaming laptops advertise specs they can't deliver. That RTX 4060 on the box might be running at 60 watts, half the power it needs to actually perform. I researched every tier, from entry-level to flagship, and found the 8 that back up their claims. All links are in the description. Let's get into it. Tier 1. Budget Gaming Laptops, $700 to $1,000. Product number 1. Acer Nitro V, for $749.99. The best budget pick for gamers who want a real GPU without overpaying. Key specs: Intel Core i5-13420H, RTX 4050, 15.6-inch Full HD IPS, 165Hz, 8GB DDR5, 512GB PCIe Gen 4 SSD, Deep Learning Super Sampling 3.5, Wi-Fi 6. The RTX 4050 brings genuine Ada Lovelace architecture. Deep Learning Super Sampling 3.5 frame generation is unavailable on 30 series budget chips, and 165Hz is the best refresh rate in this tier. Here's the catch. 8GB single-channel RAM limits multitasking and CPU-bound titles. No multiplexer switch costs frames on every game. 512GB storage fills quickly. Best for competitive gamers wanting 1080p performance without overspending. Not for creators or streamers who need RAM headroom. The GPU generation leader in this tier. Product number 2. ASUS TUF Dash 15, for $949.49. Step up and you get a multiplexer switch, Thunderbolt 4, and a full-power RTX 3060 in one chassis. Key specs: Intel Core i7-12650H, RTX 3060, 105 watts dynamic boost, 15.6-inch Full HD 144Hz, 16GB DDR5, 512GB SSD, multiplexer switch, Thunderbolt 4. The RTX 3060 at 105 watts with dynamic boost delivers closer to desktop-class performance than most mobile configurations, and the multiplexer switch eliminates the iGPU bottleneck entirely. The downsides: this is 2022 hardware, 12th Gen Intel, older architecture. 144Hz trails the Nitro V's 165Hz. 512GB SSD is limiting for longer ownership. Best for gamers who prioritize raw GPU headroom and pro-grade ports over the latest architecture. Not for buyers chasing current-gen hardware. Solid performer despite the model year. Tier 2. Mid-range gaming laptops, $1,000 to $1,500. Product number 3. Lenovo Legion LOQ 15, for $1,173.93. First mid-range pick, and the first laptop here with next-generation GPU architecture. Key specs: Intel Core i7-13650HX, RTX 5050, 15.6-inch Full HD IPS 144Hz G-Sync, 16GB DDR5, 1TB SSD. The RTX 5050 is Blackwell. Deep Learning Super Sampling, 4 multi-frame generation, and improved efficiency over any 4000 series chip, with G-Sync keeping frame delivery clean and 1TB storage stepping up from budget tier configurations. The reality check: the RTX 5050 is entry Blackwell. Performance gains over the outgoing 4060 are real but incremental. No multiplexer switch, single GPU configuration only. Best for gamers who want next-gen GPU architecture without stepping into premium territory. Not for buyers needing maximum current-gen frame rates right now. The Blackwell entry point in this lineup. Product number 4. MSI Katana A15 AI, for $1,299.99. 32 gigabytes of RAM in a mid-range gaming laptop. That's the Katana's argument. Key specs: AMD Ryzen 78845HS, RTX 4060, 15.6-inch Full HD 144Hz, 32 GB DDR5, 1 TB SSD, Cooler Boost 5. The RTX 4060 at full wattage is the strongest GPU in this tier, no throttling, and 32 GB DDR5 is double the RAM of any other laptop here, critical for gaming alongside streaming or background workloads. What you need to know: no G-Sync on the panel, 144 Hz is a ceiling, no high refresh 1440p path. AMD platform limits Thunderbolt connectivity. Best for gamers and creators who need maximum RAM with a full power GPU. Not for buyers prioritizing display quality or port selection. The RAM advantage at this tier is real. If any of these are looking right, all links are in the description. Now let's get into the premium tier. Tier 3. Premium Gaming Laptops. $1,600 to $2,300. Product number 5. Lenovo Legion 5 Pro 5i Gen 10 for $1,849.99. OLED and Blackwell architecture, the premium entry that makes the upgrade obvious. Key specs: Intel Core Ultra 7 255HX, RTX 5068GB graphics, DDR7, 16-inch wide quad extended graphics array, OLED, G-Sync 165Hz, 32GB DDR5, 1 TB SSD, Wi-Fi 7. OLED changes what gaming looks like at this tier. True blacks, wider color gamut, no backlight bleed. The RTX 5060 graphics DDR7 brings Blackwell architecture with deep learning supersampling 4, multi-frame generation, and faster memory bandwidth than the outgoing 4060. The trade-offs: 1 TB SSD is tight for a premium build. New platform with limited purchase history at the time of this video. Best for gamers upgrading from mid-range who want a display that makes the difference obvious. Not for buyers who need large onboard storage. OLED at the premium floor, that matters. Product number 6. Acer Predator Helios Neo 16S for $2,199.99. The best GPU value in this entire lineup. Flagship class performance without reaching flagship territory. Key specs: Intel Core Ultra 9275HX, RTX 5070 Ti, 12GB graphics, DDR7, 16-inch 2.5K OLED, 240Hz, 500 nits, 32GB DDR5, 2 TB SSD, Win 11 Pro. The RTX 5070 Ti sits just below flagship in the GPU hierarchy, a meaningful step above the 5060. The 2.5K OLED at 240Hz delivers resolution, refresh rate, and panel quality together, and 2 TB SSD with 32GB RAM leave no spec gaps. Here's where it falls short. No G-Sync certification on the panel. Chassis weight makes this less suited for travel. Best for gamers and creators who want near-flagship GPU performance with a premium OLED display. Not for ultra-portable or travel-focused buyers. The performance argument at this tier is compelling. Tier 4. Luxury Gaming Laptops. $2,300 to $3,500. Product number 7. ASUS ROG Strix G16 for $2,899.99. RTX 5080 performance in a 16-inch chassis. This is where the lineup enters flagship territory. Key specs: Intel Core Ultra 9275HX, RTX 5080, 16-inch 2.5K ROG Nebula 240Hz anti-glare, 32GB DDR5, 1TB SSD, vapor chamber cooling, Wi-Fi 7. The RTX 5080 is a generational jump over the 5070 Ti. Rasterization, ray tracing, and deep learning supersampling 4 all step up meaningfully. The ROG Nebula anti-glare coating works in any lighting condition, and vapor chamber plus tri-fan cooling sustains full load without throttling. The honest truth: 1TB SSD is limiting at this level. External storage is near certain. The 16-inch form factor is excellent, but compact relative to this tier. Best for gamers who want top-tier GPU performance in a manageable 16-inch form factor. Not for buyers who need maximum storage or a larger display. Flagship GPU, flagship cooling, desktop replacement performance. Product number 8. ASUS ROG Strix G16 for $3,399. The definitive gaming laptop. Flagship GPU, 18-inch display, and nothing left to add. Key specs: Intel Core Ultra 9275HX, RTX 5080, 18-inch ROG Nebula, high dynamic range 2.5K, 240Hz, mini LED with 2000 plus dimming zones, 32GB DDR5, 2TB SSD, Anime Vision, Wi-Fi 7. The 18-inch mini LED with 2000 plus dimming zones delivers contrast approaching OLED in dark content. With peak brightness, no OLED laptop can match. Here's what they don't tell you. This is a desktop replacement. Heavy, large, and not designed for carry. 32GB RAM is the standard spec, not a differentiator at this level. Best for buyers who want the largest display and maximum configuration available. Not for anyone who needs portability. Nothing higher exists. All right, the winners. Best value: Acer Nitro V RTX 4050. RTX 4050 with deep learning super sampling 3.5. No other budget laptop delivers this GPU generation. Best display: Lenovo Legion 5 Pro 5i Gen 10. OLED at 165Hz G-Sync with 32GB RAM. The upgrade that changes what gaming looks like. Best premium pick: Acer Predator Helios Neo 16S, RTX 5070 Ti, 2.5K OLED 240Hz, 2TB SSD. The most GPU you get before the flagship jump. Skip this. ASUS TUF Dash 15, 2022 hardware with a 12th gen platform. The Nitro V outperforms it for gaming on every measurable metric. My personal pick: Acer Predator Helios Neo 16S, RTX 5070 Ti, OLED 240Hz, 2TB SSD. Overwhelming performance at the premium tier. All 8 links are in the description, organized by tier. If this saved you from a bad purchase, hit subscribe and drop a comment with which laptop you're going with. I read every one. See you in the next video.